have a few blueberries in our bushes too. If you can see, they're green, but they're on there. They should be turning pretty soon. And this is a new tree, so this is a cherry tree that I had tied over. And I don't know if you can see, but I think I have like one cherry on this tree that's actually come on there now. Let me see if I can go closer where you can see it. It's really small, but oh no, I have a couple, but they're kind of small now, but it is fruiting. Okay, let's see if I can get it to focus, guys, in the frame. Sorry, you back up. There it is. There it is. That's one of the cherries. And here's some more. And that's the fruit on the cherry tree. There's only a few of them on there. This tree is just a year old. You know, we got it from the nursery a few months ago, but it's probably a year old growth. So we don't expect it to really be a lot on there this year. It did flower with our other tree. You can see some more blueberries here. This is how it looks before we actually get blueberries. These are actually the really big blueberries. It's a different variety. You know, some of them are big, some of them are small, but the things that's going on in the garden. And this is the Bing cherry tree. It does have cherries on it too, if I can show you. Come into focus here. You can see a few of them on there. But this is a fairly small tree, so we don't expect it to give us a lot. And, you know, just to see when it actually flowers, you know, what time of year, and is it going to be pollinating or self-pollinating, you know, to be able to get fruit with the other trees. Because you have to have more than one with this variety of cherry tree in order for it to pollinate. It needs to have a pollinator, and you need to make sure that they actually bloom simultaneously so that you will have fruit. So yeah, that's what's going on in the garden today, and it's more things that we're doing, and you know, we're always busy. Some things we let you know, and some things we just kind of like, you'll see the updates later. We're still putting out wood chips. We got mounds and mounds of wood chips in the area where in the back of our yard where we're working, cleaning off things, and you know, trying to have a whole different area of gardening space. Yeah. And this is one of the Fuyu persimmons. It's a baby one. It's a small one. This is the called Fuyu Persimmon, but I showed it to you a couple weeks ago, but it did not have this much growth on it. And actually what I did with this tree is I gave it some root some root growth, and to make it, really kind of go in the ground and feed the roots, in order for them to get sturdy, so it will, have a better chance of survival for the winter when it comes around, because we recently planted it and it was kind of damaged from the nursery, but we took a chance on it because it was a clearance price. And just those things, sometimes you find things, and you get a good break on them, but you have to give it that extra attention, because it can't be out of mind. You have to kind of keep watering, you have to kind of pamper it and baby it. And you can have a large tree from the nursery, or you can have a little tree, but if you don't take care of it, you're gonna still have the same effect. So it doesn't mean just because you got a good root stock, or you got a $200 tree or $50 tree, or that you're still gonna have a producing tree. It really doesn't mean that. You just have to take care of it. It has to be the right lighting, right shade, right zone, and a lot of those different things are gonna make the difference. So, and this is our fig tree. I showed you guys before that it had figs on it. It still does somewhat, but I think some of them have fallen off because of the cold. Oh, here's one, but yeah, it's kind of dried up, but we know we'll have figs out of this tree. It produces every year, so just want to show you how the fig tree is doing, and it's huge. You can look up and see how big it is. It's probably about 20 feet tall. And show you, we have been planting some blackberries. This is the little patch that I was painting before. Blackberries. This is the thornless blackberries. That's one variety, and then this is the dark cane variety. So it's growing pretty good. This is another little tree. It's a small tree. It's a starter tree from the nursery. But it has to make sure you have to make sure you're feeding it. It's in the right place. See how pretty the foliage is? This is a healthy tree, but even it's a small tree. No bugs on the back of the leaves. The leaves are clean. It's healthy, but it's just small. But you still, even though they're small, you still have to feed them, water them, to make sure that you will next year or the year after that, you'll have healthy trees. Just because you get them from the nursery and they look good from the beginning, you have to keep taking care of. Now, this tree has been in the ground for probably about 4 months. So it could have died, and it could have, had pests on it from the nursery or anything. So you really have to pay attention to your selection when you select a tree, and, lighting and everything, when you put it in the ground, what it needs and what is that tree speaking to you, and how to take care of it. because every tree is different and every variety is different. So do some research, about your trees and the production. I mostly focus on the trees that we plant in the yard, and my husband, he does mostly the garden. So that's his forte. That's what he specializes in, is the garden. But there's our plums coming on the tree. If you look at and it's loaded. Lots of plums. Lots of plums. We're gonna have large plums. And this variety is a green plum, but it's about the size of I'd say a golf ball, or in between a golf ball. And this is a update on the nectarines. You see, they've gotten much bigger. And I haven't thinned them out. I'm just letting them do what they do, because sometimes you'll thin them and then you'll have birds or squirrels, and then you don't have anything you get a chance to taste on the tree to see what it needs, or look at it and see how healthy or how damaged it is. Now this tree, because it is I would say less than a year old for us, that it's healthy, but treating the fruit, this is my first year treating this type of fruit, to make sure and I was kind of late because of I had some things going on that I couldn't treat this fruit. So we know we'll probably have some fruit damage, like we'll probably have some worms if you look here in some of this fruit. But next year, I'll treat it early, and we won't have to worry about any damaged fruit. So those are the different things. And this is another tree that is a nectarine tree. See how healthy it does? And these are not up close proximity, so this one doesn't, it has one or two on it. It has one or two. But see, it's a different, it's the same variety, but that one is producing better. And this one is a little slower, but still, the tree is healthy. The tree is healthy. And I did I treat all my trees 3 times a year with fertilizer. And I also